Radio starts now, right here on Start Here.
Ahoy, mateys. We've got a whole new thing going on today. Well, maybe not a whole new thing, but we're trying a couple things out here today to see if they work.
There's fear.
And that's not working. What happened to the chat? All right. I see it now. Looks like I can even use it now. I have a feeling that no one's here because they thought I would probably not have a signal. I think I might have a reasonable signal. And I'm only on LTE. Now, what we might do a little later is compare the LTE with the MiFi. If you watch one of my videos the other day, the driving towards Coopersville video, I talked about everything that happened at the Verizon store. I was also on the phone for 45 minutes that same day with a Verizon customer service guy. And then they were supposed to call me back the next day at noon. Well, at 1, I got a call, and I missed it because I thought, well, they're not going to call me. So I wasn't really paying attention to my phone, and I missed the call. But I called it right back, and sure enough, I got an answer. I got a different person, of course. Tommy was not available. That's who was supposed to call me at noon. I suppose there's a time zone screw up. Nancy Drew, welcome aboard. Let me know if you can hear, see me okay. Is there any lagging going on? On my LTE signal on this Chromebook, I'm showing almost full signal strength. You know, that little triangle, well, it's not a triangle. Well, yeah, you could call it an isosceles triangle or a right-handed ramp or half of a mountain. There's no moon above. Anyway, it shows a fairly strong signal. So I'm wondering, I am buffering. But now I've heard that I always buffer. So what we'll try to do here in a few minutes, once we get a few more people in, just to make sure it's just not on their end or your end, or if it's just me that I totally buffer and people stick around anyway. I have a feeling that people stick around anyway, which is an honor. What I'm shooting for is a better signal. Now, supposedly, I thought I was going to be cutting off the MiFi. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nancy. Supposedly, I was going to be cutting off the MiFi as my signal, my internet connection. I've always used it for, I don't know, 3 years now, maybe. And I thought that it was probably what I had to use, and I thought it was unlimited, and I've had paying for 2 lines on it and this and that. And I finally got to the point where, what am I paying for? And then when Tina and Patsy got those Verizon home internet Wi-Fi boxes, and, you know, the quote is, "Hi, James, welcome aboard." The quote unquote advertising says that they're better as far as drawing in a signal. Now, you know, Tina was worried that it had to be plugged into a wall outlet, but she decided to try it out anyway, and she plugs it into her Blue Eddy in her van. That's working just fine. So she's mobile with a home modem, if you will. And I'm starting to think there's possibilities. And she got rid of her MiFi. She had to beat them up because they were trying to bill her for another month. And I think they're going to do the same to me. I've managed to get them down from 243 down to 183 so far. We'll see. But if this Ethernet works okay, well, I don't know if it's Ethernet, it's LTE. We joke about what that really stands for, but Tina says it's just your signal strength. There she is. Yes, she plugged it into the outlet in her Blue Eddy. That's working just fine. Now, Patsy has hers plugged in at home. She didn't have any internet service at all. You know, I mean, she may have had Comcast at one time or satellite. She just got rid of it because it was all too expensive. Well, she's happy now. She's streaming movies at home. She's doing a lot with her computer now at home without having to use her phone as a hotspot. Because she's got a regular laptop. It will pick up a Wi-Fi signal, but she doesn't want to use Burger King or McDonald's or someplace that's not really secure, and a lot of times it's iffy because there's a lot of people using it. Now, I'm hearing that you still could have some usage issues. You know, the more people using the bandwidth, the slower you're going to be. They're saying that's why it's taking a while for me to be able to have it. I need some BS repellent. I might just have to make some. He just had water, you know, and it works. Anyway, lost my train of thought. Those stupid squirrels are mated up with the dolphins. Anyway, I can't get it here in Sparta. I'm 10 miles away from Patsy. She's got it. I can't get it. It hasn't been released in your area. I said, well, when is it? Oh, it won't be long. That's according to the guy at the Verizon store. I said, well, how long won't be long? Well, I don't know. You know, blah, 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 blah. Then he changes the subject and yeah, whatever. You know, a whole flock of assholes flew in. Well, so I'm on the phone after that visit, and I'm on the phone still trying to resolve my issues, a lot of issues with Verizon, mostly the cost. And the runaround there was, that won't be released in your area for quite a while. We have to build more towers. We have to do this. We have to do that. We want to be able to deliver what we promise. My printer just turned on. That's scary. No, it turned off. I had it on earlier. I was trying an experiment with that too. How did it work, Tina, at Richards and Rachel's? I'm guessing it probably worked just fine. So my idea is to get rid of the MiFi. Well, now, I've had LTE on this Chromebook since I got the Chromebook. But I just more or less assumed that it wouldn't be as good as the MiFi. I think Nancy and a few other people may hopefully tell me that they can hear me as fine as usual, that I'm not buffering too terribly bad. I'd like to know, because we will turn on the MiFi in a few minutes. I mean, if I'm buffering and stuff right now, I would like to know it. And then I'd like you to stick around and I'll turn on that MiFi, and this is set that it'll automatically go to it, and we'll see what happens. Awesome, Tina. Yeah. Now, if I find out that we're better on the MiFi, I may have to keep the MiFi until they supposedly write me an email saying your internet is now available for the new home internet Wi-Fi, which will save me quite a lot of money because supposedly, well, Patsy's not paying for hers. It's free because she's a senior. For a year, it's free. And I said, well, by God, what does it go up to next year? She said, $25 a month. Okay, I can dig that. If it's true, I'm in. I'm just having an issue with lots of bullshit lately. I can't. I have trust issues. Oh my God. I want to, I want to make people at Verizon walk the plank. Yeah, that's the whole doggone thing, Tina. It has to be available. I was all excited, but it's not available. Timmy Ray says it's not available in Louisiana where he's at either. Okay. Now see, on my end, it looks like I'm lagging a little bit. I'm looking at the screen and I'm making motions. There's just a tiny delay. Not bad. I've seen it worse. So maybe, okay, I can see it's ramped down to halfway on that little LTE symbol. So I wonder now if I might be buffering with Tina or Nancy, my two most loyal teammates, my crewmates. Nancy says she lives in the sticks and it costs a bunch. Viastat, I've heard of that. Okay. Now we've got 5 people on board here. Let's see. James, are you hearing me okay and seeing me okay? Or are you cooking dinner? All right. As far as this next hour goes, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be experimenting. I was hoping Hitch Up and Toe would show up because I've got his Rorschach test and the results. This is the sepia ink that spilled the other day while I was trying to paint his special chip in his special color, which is sepia. It's kind of a cross between tan and amber and brown. Sepia. And it doesn't dry very fast, at least not on plastic. First mates, yeah, thank you. Oh gosh. So we got Mark's Rorschach test out of the way for now. He's not here, I don't believe. The printer is wanting to print. That would be good. It's not raining, which is also good because I can get more done this afternoon outdoors. I've got scrap that's almost ready to go to the scrapyard. I've certainly always got something to do outdoors. I've decided that unless somebody may guess the featured channel today, as of right now in the next 45 minutes, someone may actually guess who the featured channel is. And this is actually a hint, but it's also a segue into what I'm going to say. Oh no. Okay. I'm guessing he's still having the breathing issues. I was thinking of him this morning. I don't know why, but I was. I just woke up and I'm thinking about Buddy. I was also dreaming about my dog. My former fur buddy who crossed the Rainbow Bridge a few years ago, Riley. I was dreaming about him. He got into some blue paint. It was about the color was this not the dark blue, this darker blue on this Cool Whip bottle, but the lighter blue, kind of the color of that 68 Bonneville convertible down the road. It's kind of a baby blue, but it's not quite a baby blue. I don't know how you describe it. It's a Cool Whip blue. But anyways, he got into it. He was tracking blue paint all over the cottage. And I just laughed. And then I told myself, it's okay, Rod, it's okay. Because he kind of like, oh, I'm in trouble. No, you're not in any trouble. You know, track blue paint all over the place. And now, see, I saw a cartoon when I was sitting in the waiting room, waiting to get my drug test a couple days ago. And it was a weird cartoon. I don't know, but the main character is named Bluey. And he's a dog. And they had the sound way down, so I don't know what there was other dogs in there too, and they were all talking to each other. There was adult dogs and baby dogs and kid dogs. But anyways, I guess it's the canine version of the Smurfs. At any rate, I told Riley, I said, don't worry, I'm going to tear out all this carpet anyway, which I am. Once it gets down to it, when I've got the ceilings and the walls and the new bathroom put in, hopefully by 1st of July, I don't know. Hopefully, I will then tear out the carpet and, excuse me, I got gas in the tummy, not that other kind. I will put new carpet in and new, I think I'm going to replace, okay, from where I'm sitting, this is the entryway. I call it my office studio, but it's really the entryway. Then there's a door to my right here. And then that's in the living room. A lot of you see pictures, and there's two great big windows that point south. One goes to the deck. We use that door all the time for egress in and out. But I'd like to go back to using this door. But anyways, from this door, living room into the kitchen, because it's all basically one big room, I'd like to put in pergo flooring. I can get it at reasonable cost. There's pergo flooring already in the kitchen, but it wasn't real pergo. It was off-brand, cheap. Anyways, it's gotten some warps in it, and it's not holding up. So that's got to go and replace everything straight across. And then I'll carpet the hallway and the the 2 bedrooms. Once they're vacant, of course. Once Holly gets all her stuff moved, I don't know how that's going to happen, but once it's gone, then I'll have room to do whatever. Flooring, painting. At least those 2 rooms won't really need a lot of painting or cleaning, because she didn't stay in those rooms and the doors have always been closed and locked. So other than what may have come through the heating ducts, those rooms may not smell so badly of smoke. I'm sure they still need some cleaning, but will they need repainting? I don't know. My room is okay. It could definitely use cleaning, and it definitely needs carpet. But other than that, it needed carpet when I moved in. Oh, and the hallway's got to be carpeted. And obviously the bathroom's going to get all new flooring, because it's going to get pretty much all new everything except the tub. The tub is great. The door I got to fix a little bit. The vanity, I could live with it, but I want a new one. The washing machine and the dryers, that's fine. They can stay. But everything else got to go. So, all right, we are I wanted to say, this is why I put the timepieces up here. This is a hint to the feature channel, but it's also my segue into I am going to carry the feature channel to tonight's show. I was going to say I'm going to tell everybody at noon if they did not guess the feature channel by noon or by 1 o'clock today, I would reveal it. I'm going to carry it over because it's going to save me some time this afternoon. If it had been raining, I would say fine, because then I could sit in here all afternoon and pull up another feature channel. It's not something that you can just do at a drop of a hat, at least not the way I do it. I got to go in or I got to find background pictures that can be used not just for background, but for hints. Georgianne, welcome aboard. So unless Georgianne or Tina or Nancy or James guesses the featured channel between now and 1, I'm going to carry it over till tonight. So the featured channel will actually be featured 5 times rather than 4. So, and then I'll reveal it tonight and start with a new one next Saturday. You can't tag. Well, tagging is supposed to be against the law. One of the girls is, I don't know, she's assistant manager. I don't know. She works at one of the gas stations that I've been cleaning and stocking. And I saw she was doodling, I thought. No, she was drawing on a paper sack, and I was like, holy cow, pretty cool how you do that. And then another guy came in, he says, wow, that looks like, are you a tagger? He asked her if she was a tagger. She said, I used to. I said, you mean those railroad cars that go by with all the funny writing on it? She said, yeah, I've done those. Oh boy. I'm working with a criminal. Excuse me. Timmy Ray, welcome aboard. Am I coming in more or less loud and clear in Monroe, Louisiana? Seriously, yeah. I probably will put one of those raised seats on the new toilet. I'm not going to go out and buy a raised toilet because guess what? I already have a new toilet. I just need a seat. I've got the wax ring. I got all that. But it's in the garage. But it doesn't have a seat. So I'll buy one of those. They go up about maybe 5 to 6 inches, and they got handrails. They're basically a handicap. You know, they convert your toilet into a handicap toilet. And I tell you what, I like it. Now, the one we have right now has that feature, but the rubbers come off the handles and the bolts, they were the metal kind of bolts. Next time they'll be plastic. I'm not going to use metal ones. They have corroded to the point where I can't get them loose. So, but anyways, that toilet, handicap seat and all, is going to the dump as soon as possible. It's not possible yet because it's used as a slop toilet right now. Because the commode that's here in the living room next to Holly, the bedside commode, if you will, that's, yeah, I have to use it too. And then I empty it down the toilet in the bathroom. Why? Because the toilet in the bathroom is slowly sinking into the west. Yeah, the bathroom's on the west side. But the water heater leaked for we don't know how many years, rotted the floor out underneath, and we didn't discover it till the water heater quit. Had to replace the water heater, and the floor underneath it was, whoa. Well, I replaced a section of the water heater floor. It was wintertime when it happened, of course. And so I replaced a small section temporarily and then put the new water heater on top of that. So it would be secure. But I know that going towards the toilet, that floor obviously was damaged as well, sucked up moisture and rotted away. So I knew that was going to have to be a possibility to replace the floor. Well, then it got to the point where I couldn't move to do anything in this house because Holly's got so much stuff. Once we get her moved, well, then I'll be able to, the bathroom will be the first priority. How soon is she going to move? There's a possibility we may go to her apartment tomorrow. She's had the apartment now for 2 months. She's not stayed there yet. She's still waiting to do her upholstery cleaning. And I guess I have to be there to take her to the upholstery cleaning. And I think she's been using me working as an excuse not to get it done, because I'm her transportation. So, yes. Channel 82. Welcome aboard. So glad you're here. I know one of you got on your phone and was in chat last Saturday night, or last Wednesday night. Yeah, that was cool. So the more of you that do that and subscribe, I'll be tickled. So Timmy, your feet don't touch the floor. That's funny, Nancy. Mine, but I'm tall. Mine's touch the floor. I remember when Holly was using it. You know, she wasn't touching the floor either. It's kind of funny, but it's comfortable. You know, it's kind of padded. Okay, I can't seem to scroll up there. Yeah, okay, I'm caught up. So, Timmy, am I coming in okay? I am trying to experiment here, like you and I talked a day or two ago. I may be getting rid of this MiFi because it's costing too much. We're going to experiment. It's turned off right now. We're not broadcasting through the MiFi. We are broadcasting through the built-in LTE that's in the computer. In other words, the computer has its own 15 gigabytes per month. Actually, I think it's unlimited. For the computer, it's unlimited. So I've been paying for the computer, and I've been paying for 2 lines plus the MiFi, and I've been paying for the stupid phone, which I don't even have it out here with me. Or do I? I did have it. I don't even care anymore. I'm mad at the phone. They said the new one would be here right away. Yesterday. It didn't show up. I checked the front porch. I haven't checked the side porch, but the sign says all deliveries to the front porch. And I have not checked the mail. But I did check the front porch. There's nothing sitting there. So no deliveries from Verizon. No deliveries from Sticker Mule. At least not as far as I know. I'm looking around for my phone. Hang on. I don't see it. I must have left it in the bedroom. And that's fine. Good. Thank you, Timmy. I'm in HD. Whoa. Well, now that's making me happy and mad at the same time. Because if I've been using this MiFi for 3 years, because I was worried about signal strength and having a signal, what the heck? I've had one all along. Why am I worried? The one thing I will say the MiFi has been good for is when I go out of town. You know, I've been to North Carolina with it. I've been to Bay City a couple times with it. I've been around. I've been traveling, and I've stopped to do a live stream, and I've used, or maybe even upload a video, and I've used the MiFi signal. In other words, I'm using my signal, not McDonald's, not Burger King, not Walmart's, not somebody else's signal, to where I could possibly be hacked, or it wouldn't work very well because so many other people are using it. This is mine, so to speak. And American people. Well, good. I like my hat. So I want to get another one. And I want to get some more dreadlocks. I found out from Kevin, there's a thing that's coming up in September. I know it's after, might be before. Yeah, it's before M23 in a little town. I think it's called Hemlock. But they have a beard, braids, and I don't know. You can get your hair braided and you get your beard braided at this little town. Some little, like towns do. They have a little festival of some kind. So I may find myself going there ahead of M23 just for shits and giggles. Why not? Might be worth a film. So we'll see. Working on doing some more work on the trip to Pictured Rocks. Should be happening around July 1st. I heard from the Gimpy Camper. He's going to be in Traverse City 4th of July weekend, whenever that is, visiting his parents. And he has a gift for me. So, I mean, he's happy to mail it to me, but chances are maybe on my way to Pictured Rocks or back from Pictured Rocks, I'll swing by Traverse City and see him and get my gift. It's not a secret. It's he put in a new backup backup camera on his rig, and he's refurbished the old one and he wants to give it to me. Cool. Because I need it. I have trouble backing up that crazy 40-foot bus. I admit it. I'm looking in the mirrors and everything seems fine, but I still back into something. Good thing it's got the beeper. Beep, beep. Hopefully people get the hell out of my way. William, welcome aboard. So anyway, that's the idea. And then there's other trips coming up, little ones. Hoping to do the Rogue River trip here in a couple of weeks, maybe after the snow. They're predicting snow next week, Monday, Tuesday. It's supposed to snow. I'm mad. It's another reason I want to take advantage of the nicer weather today. So if none of you guess the featured channel today or to now, I'm going to carry it over till tonight. Let's see, which one will give it away? This one. This one will give it away. So tonight, I will at the end of the show tonight, I will give away the featured channel, and then we'll do a new one next week. But if I was to give it, or if somebody guesses it, I'm going to end up working in here most of the afternoon. And I want to be outside. I'd kind of like to see if I can make it to the scrapyard yet today. We'll see. The town, this is from Ashley. Your question is, are you going to have a party when the woman leaves? No, actually, well, there would be some kind of a celebration, I guess, at least on my part. I don't know if I'll share. No, I'm not going to go back to drinking. But as far as the weekly laugh report, yeah, it's going to get delayed. That doesn't mean there won't be one. Two reasons. She has a laptop. She just doesn't know how to use it. Number two, she should be getting cable internet access in her new apartment, should she decide to. And number three, I'll be visiting her anyways. And so if need be, maybe every other Saturday night, we will broadcast from her apartment and let her do her weekly laugh report. My hopes is that she can learn to do StreamYard and live streams on her own, and she can schedule her own. In fact, even if she only learns how to use the computer a little bit, to learn how to click a link and I can bring her up on the screen, then she can do her weekly laugh report. You know, you have two heads on the screen. Yes, she will be, Nancy. I know everybody's like, oh no, she will be doing it. I'm going to make sure she does one way or another because people enjoy her, you know, and for me, it's actually a bonus to my channel because people come here to watch her. They don't come here to watch me. I know some of you out there are disagreeing. Well, thank you. But don't put the Holly down. She's okay. She's a pain in my ass, but she's okay. All right. I did. I read it. Timmy, where were you? I read the comment and I answered it. I said, I'm not having a party per se. I'll be thankful, but I'm not opening a bottle of rum. And she will still be, as much as possible, a part of the Saturday night show with her weekly laugh report, even if we're broadcasting from her apartment. Or better yet, I teach her how to use her tablet, and she can join me remotely from her apartment and still do the weekly laugh report. You know, eventually she could actually have her own channel. She says she's not interested in that. Well, I used to say that too. 5 years ago, if you'd have told me that I was going to be on YouTube doing live streams, I would have told you you're nuts. Here I am. Oh, thank you, William. Yeah, you gotta help people when you can somehow, some way. It'd be wrong just to pull anchor and leave. I will not do that. I wouldn't leave anybody adrift or ashore, whichever it might be. As much as I joke about they can walk the plank. Right now, Verizon can walk the plank, although I'm not real mad right now. I may be really glad because this could be saving me $60, $80 a month to not have to use the MiFi. I threatened to turn it on. We can still do that. Let's do that while we still have time. We got 40 minutes left. I'm going to turn on the MiFi, and then the computer should automatically detect it and switch from LTE to MiFi. And then you tell me, is the signal any better, or is it worse, or is it the same? Okay. One thing about LTE, it just shows a bar. It doesn't really show you what your real strength is, whereas the MiFi does. The MiFi is on 4G. Interesting. It says 4G LTE. Says the charging is complete. The computer is still showing the LTE signal. When it connects to the MiFi, it turns into like a balloon shape. Kind of a triangle, but with rounded, almost a heart. But not. It's not a heart. It's more of a light bulb shape, if you will. Well, I'm in HD down there. They go to the farm report, but they still watch her. Okay. I don't know if that'll hurt her feelings if she'll laugh. Now you can put lipstick on a pig. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay, I have 2 bars, 4GLT, and we now have the ice cream cone shaped thing on the computer screen. Has the signal quality changed? Am I buffering any more, any less? Is it staggering? Is the audio and the video in sync? Or does it look like I am speaking Chinese? Yeah, what she said. I get in trouble when we go to places where English is not the first language. And somebody be speaking in their native language, whether it be Spanish, could be Arabic, could be Indian, and I don't mean Native American, talking India, Pakistani, India, anyway, or Chinese. And I'll walk up kind of close to them, and they'll finish saying something, which I don't know what they're saying. I'll go, yeah, easy for you to say, and walk away. Every now and then I will turn around to see what their reaction was. They're kind of like, and then they laugh. Lagging a bit, not as good. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Let's see if we get a couple other opinions. We have 7 on board. Timmy will tell me I'm great even if I sounded like shit. Well, and we will. We'll do another comparison. I'll turn it off here in a couple minutes after I get a few more feedbacks from you people. I know Georgianne can't. She's trying to get arrested. Oh, there she is. Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I know I'm not ever going to look good, but at least I sound okay. There's Sue. Welcome aboard. I was just telling everybody here, we're experimenting. We are on MiFi signal right now, and the signal is not as good at Nancy's house as it was a minute ago when we were on straight LTE on the computer. The idea is I want to get rid of the MiFi if I can. I want to get the home internet package, the $35 a month. At least that's what it's costing Tina. But guess what? Patsy's got it in Comstock Park. Tina's got it in Belleville. But I can't get it here. I'm only 10 miles from Patsy's house, but I can't get it here. And Timmy can't get it where he's at in Louisiana either. So playing the waiting game, the frustrating game with Verizon. I may have to come up with other options. I may have to be totally dependent on a good, strong LTE signal coming in from Verizon if I'm going to do a live stream from remote locations. Now, that internet thing that Patsy got and Tina got it plugs into the wall and off you go. Your computer detects it and off you go. Do whatever you want. Unlimited. $35 a month is what it costs Tina. That's because she's just a young chick. But Patsy and I, we're old farts, and we get ours free for a year. Well, she does. I don't get shit. Well, I do get shit. I get shit, and then I get shoved in it. Anyway, as I said, it's an experiment. Can I get by without the Wi-Fi? Because that'll save me another $60 a month. She didn't understand what they said. My grandma told him Trump is going to build a wall for you. That's what she said. Okay, good.
As a freelance consultant and investigator for the district attorney's office. There's been much recent speculation
Okay.
about who in the district Attorney's
I-
Office called
I appreciate that,
to warn them it's the most
but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't learn to speak other languages. So I want to get with Tina. We've got both kinds now. We got the Mexican bingo, or she does. I gave it to her for Christmas. Then she said the other one's Spanish bingo. But both are supposed to help you learn to speak. I guess we're going to learn how to speak the Mexican version of Spanish. It'll be fun. Bingo. Or is it Lotario? Now, I was by a store on 28th Street the other day and it said Lotario, which I thought stood for bingo. But this store didn't have anything that looked to me like some kind of gambling. It looked, like they did nails, maybe haircuts. I don't know. Maybe they sold lottery tickets and they put it up as Lotario. Maybe that's the deal. I don't know. Well, I can't put that up on the screen, Timmy, and I can't make a lot of comment because it's a political issue. Don't want to discuss it here. It's not that I don't want to discuss it, but I'm not going to go there because other people might not appreciate it. And technically, rules of YouTube, keep it, just kind of keep it mellow. But I had parents who were also prejudicial growing up. I am not. However, I can be rather not liking certain people, not necessarily the group or the culture that they're from. Just the individual or possibly a group of individuals that literally piss me off. Then I can get a little throw them overboard. But this is not the time or place to discuss it. But thanks for the information, Timmy. I do think we do need to have a little more control over our borders. And if you're coming to this country, please do so legally. Pretty sure just because I'm a pirate doesn't mean that my great-grandparents didn't jump through the proper hoops to become citizens of the United States. I'm just saying. That's right, Timmy. Absolutely right. That I will put that up on the screen. That I feel strongly about. And if they want to kick me off of YouTube or, if they say this is politically incorrect, well, then they can kiss my ass. What? Lily colored, yeah, whatever. I miss Blind Views. I've been coming home too late on Thursday nights, and I miss Blind Views. Does anybody here watch Blind Views on Thursday nights? He's a hoot, but he's also very, very opinionated. He tries not to be. That's what's funny about it, because he really is opinionated. And when somebody calls him out, he says, I don't give a rat's ass. It's good. It's a very good show, but I mean, it's down to earth. Man, can that guy play guitar? I would love to meet him, and I'm going to somehow, some way. So Rosie Red, yes. Exactly. There is that girl from 3 weeks ago, Waterfall Wednesdays. Hi, Bree. Welcome aboard. We're going to try an experiment. Right now, I have you on MiFi. I don't know how I'm coming out there on the West Coast. Timmy has me on channel 82 in Monroe, Louisiana. So I'm on the big screen in most people's homes and at the nursing home and all over that little city that owns their own cable company. Also, I am broadcasting there. Thanks to Timmy. And other than that, we got 9 people on board. The biggest discussion today has been whether, thank you, Bree. The biggest discussion today is not the featured channel so much as it is how is my signal, because I've actually put out a video or two concerning Verizon Internet. And I'm still talking about Verizon Internet and Verizon service. And I don't know where my new phone is. I didn't see it on the doorsteps. It was supposed to have been here yesterday, and it's still not here. It's not that my other phone doesn't work, but I want the new phone to see if it works better. If I find out it works the same, I'm not going to be happy about that either. But, oh well. These days, it's hard to make this old captain happy. But anyways, we're on MiFi now. My thought is to get rid of it and jump on board with the home internet box that they have now with the unlimited plan. For most people, it's $35 a month. You just plug it into the wall and off you go. You got your own Wi-Fi. I'm interested in that because it should work as well as this MiFi does. And Tina, they say it's home internet. Well, in some ways, she lives in her van. That's her home. And she plugs her home Verizon internet Wi-Fi into her power source in the van, which is a Blue Eddy in her case. So, if you have an outlet, a converter, a battery box that converts to 120 power, you can plug in your home internet. It doesn't need an address, a street address. It just needs a signal, I would assume. And boom, you're connected. I want that, especially for me, because for a year it's free. And then after that, it's supposed to be $25 a month for old salts like me. That's what Patsy is paying. But now I've been told it's not available in my area. So I'm kind of testing to see, do I really still need to keep the MiFi, or is it going to be just fine using the signal that's on the computer, built into the computer, which operates off of LTE? In other words, it goes out and more or less grabs whatever signal it can. And then it's supposed to be unlimited. I don't have a cap on how many hours I can be on the internet. That's what they tell me. But I've seen them say your phone hates not being on Wi-Fi. It's like, well, here I can get away with saying this without pissing anybody off. White man speak with forked tongue. Yeah, that's how I feel about Verizon. They speak with forked tongues. One person at the Verizon store will tell you this or that. And don't worry, you're going to get the Verizon home Wi-Fi soon. It's just not quite in your area yet. But it won't be long at all. They got to build a couple more towers. And they want to promise. They want to deliver on their promise. I'm like, okay, all right. That's good to know. Thank you, sir. Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm on the phone 15 minutes later. And that guy's in, I don't know, Bumscrew, Utah, maybe. But he's telling me, I asked him, how long is it going to be before I can have home Wi-Fi internet? He said, it's going to take a while. It could be, probably a couple months or more. I said, a couple months or more? I was told blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, it don't matter. You try to confront them on their lies, and they'll, worst case scenario, they'll just hang up on you. I had it happen. Yeah, Verizon hung up on me. It was 2 weeks ago. Actually, they probably didn't hang up on me, but I lost their signal while I was trying to talk to them about my phone. Yeah. TV station 82 is, oh, I'm live. I'm not even being a repeat. Now I'm really honored. Bree, can you step in a minute and give us a weather forecast? Wait, I'll give the weather forecast. Tonight's forecast is dark. Continued mostly dark with scattered light towards morning. Okay, Sue. And Linda's here. So Nancy says the signal's a little bit worse than it was a little earlier. So here we go. I'm going to turn off the MiFi. Shut it right down. I'm not restarting it. No, I'm shutting it down. Supposedly. Now, I should lose the ice cream cone on the screen, the lower right corner of the computer screen. There. It says it's powering off. And then it should switch over to the half a mountain peak. And it looks to be on half a mountain peak now. You sound like Sensei Don, William. What do you call it? Don does it all the time. Drives me nuts. Old what's his name? I was talking to what's his name, and I'm like, huh? Ooh. Well, I don't know. What's his name? What's his name, Don? I don't know. It drives you crazy. So the idea is I'm back on LTE now. Nancy, has it improved? Because I'm thinking if it's improved now for Nancy, then it's past the LTE test. And future broadcasts will be on LTE. I don't know what the signal, whether it be an ice cream cone or if it'll be an LTE symbol once I do get the home internet from Verizon. So I believe that's my real goal. I'm going to keep hammering on them until they, burn down my house so they don't have to hook me up to the internet. It's okay. I can replace the house, but I can't replace the internet. Help me, help me, help me. Sometimes it's a crapshoot. Anyways, no one has featured the featured channel, and that's okay. I'm not going to tell you who his featured channel is. We're going to continue onward. I'm going to put a thumbnail up for tonight's show, and we're going to continue trying to guess the featured channel. And at the end of tonight's show, which will be 5 featured times, I will tell you who the featured channel has been. And then next Saturday, we'll start out with a new featured channel. Don't forget to come around on Wednesday. I've got some new ideas going on for Wednesday. By then, I may have Mark's chip completely done. It's the sepia tone. And we got Tina's gray. I got some more paints. And if we have a rainy day and I'm not working, I will be in here painting the chips that need to be upgraded to the color that the participants wanted for their chip. Nancy says she doesn't see a difference. Okay. Well, that's okay too. I mean, if it was worse one way or the other, then we would know. But if it's the same, which, makes sense because it's all Verizon signal. I'm not grabbing somebody who's on a Spectrum modem next door. I have done that in the past. I could probably pull up the neighbor's modem across the street. He has Spectrum internet. I know his password to his modem, so I could hop on his. But I've done that before, and the signal's just not quite strong enough. He's like 100 feet away, but it's not strong enough. Read the comment about Louisiana and Mississippi. Well, I know, I did read it. You said, I'm live on Channel 82 in Mississippi because the TV station Channel 82 in Louisiana shut down because the man wanted to move to Mississippi. Well, now somebody in Louisiana then needs to step up to the plate and fix that so I can be live in both states. And, pretty soon we'll just syndicate and we will run previous shows on all cable channels across the nation. Yeah, right, Jack. We used to say, when you had some harebrained idea, we used to say to them, dream on, Mississippi. It's from a song. Okay, now I can't seem to scroll down. There we go. All right, it is 1 minute after 1. It's time for us to go. I will see you tonight at 6 p.m. I believe Holly by Golly will be on with the weekly laugh report. I know she's been working on it. I'm going to go out and about after I post the thumbnail for tonight. Maybe I'll get to the scrapyard, maybe not, but that's okay. And then, of course, we will see you on Wednesday. As far as my plans in between now and Wednesday, I've got 2 shifts on Monday for Shift Smart. Sunday, continue to work here in the yard, although I know Holly does definitely have to go to Walmart tomorrow. And we may move some stuff over to her new apartment as well. Tuesday, the usual Tuesday stuff. Holly has appointments. We may move some more stuff that day, depending on the weather. And then Wednesday, I believe I have a shift scheduled for Wednesday night. Thursday may be a new adventure. No, I don't have a schedule for Wednesday night. I have a schedule for Thursday night. Wednesday night's open, of course, for doing the live stream here for our scratching tickets. Thank you, Nancy. And the other Nancy, too, is here. Welcome aboard. Yeah, I believe she will be on tonight, Nancy. Yep, see everyone tonight. As you say, you're going to Walmart in the rain. Okay, William. Try to take a bumper shoot with you. Mine's in the truck. By the time I get to it, I'll be soaking wet. All right, mateys. That's the plan. Stan, we'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. And that's all I know. Fair winds and smiles. And of course, may God bless. Thank you for being aboard.